Ladies and gentlemen, Oxford Democrats and I are so very honored to announce that Mr. Joseph Calabrese is our selected candidate for first selectman. Joe, all yours now, Joe.
Now, back in 1997, my wife and I moved here from Milford. We liked Milford a lot, but we had 3 young children, and we were looking for more space. Somewhere a little greener, somewhere a little quieter. We found Oxford. Not too long after we settled, I learned that a committee was being formed for a new high school. And with my experience in architecture, I felt that I should volunteer to help out. That maybe I could do some good for this town that we had chosen to call home. It was my first real adult experience with town government and with civic involvement, and it was an eye-opener for me. I served on that committee for several years. What I came away with was the appreciation that although the members were a very diverse group, with widely different ideas of what should be done, they shared one common characteristic. They cared, deeply and passionately. Although they often didn't agree with one another about how to accomplish it, they were all strongly dedicated to making the right choices and doing what was best for the town's future. I was proud to serve with them, and I am prouder still of what Oxford finally accomplished in the construction of our own high school. And that's also kind of why I'm here before you today. When I was first asked about running as first selectman, I said no. If you know me at all, you know I'm not interested in politics and prefer to avoid the limelight. And I hate giving speeches. I'm also an unaffiliated voter and proud to be independent. I believe in following what I feel to be right, regardless of what the political label is. And that, I figured, would be that. So I was pretty surprised when it was pointed out to me that those were all good qualities for a first selectman, and that with my background as an architect and my experience as administrative assistant in town hall, I was actually well prepared for the job. So I had to think about it, and it gave me a lot to think about. And I realized that they were right. I can still make a difference. To start with, I really care about this town and the people who live here, more and more of whom over the years I've come to call friend. My wife and I are committed to this town, and when we bought our home, did it with the full intention of staying here for the rest of our lives. As an architect, 2 important aspects of my job are listening to what people say and to what they want, and to being able to take this information and develop a plan to accomplish their goals in a way they can afford. The ability to do this well over the years is something I've prided myself on. As a volunteer firefighter, I'm on call to respond on a moment's notice to help my neighbors anywhere in town, whether it's in the middle of dinner or the middle of night, and to stay with them until the job is done. So in thinking about these things, I came to realize that my initial reaction to the suggestion that I run for first selectman was kind of selfish on my part. That now was the time to step outside of my own comfort zone and use my abilities and skills more fully for others, to make a difference in the town. And this brings me back to why I said that the graduating class and the high school were reasons why I'm here today. I'm very, very proud of the youth in Oxford, and proud of the accomplishments that this little town has achieved even during the relatively short time that we've lived here. These kids are the future of Oxford, and I'm excited about that. They are a wonderful future and a bright future, and I'm looking to be part of that. The town itself has not only built the high school, but we've also built a senior center, rebuilt Center Firehouse and Oxford Ambulance, put an addition on to Center School, provided a long-term solution to the roof problems that we had at the Great Oak Middle School, while starting a project that will not only improve the environment but reduce the town's electric bill, and added hundreds of acres of open space to help preserve Oxford's rural character. We've done all of this and still managed to drop the mill rate from around 29 when we moved here to less than 24 now. Now we are moving ahead with other important projects. As Marianne mentioned, last year the new Oxford School Planning and Building Committee was formed. They have two main goals: to complete the athletic fields at the high school and to develop a comprehensive plan for the entire town school system. The design of the athletic fields is already underway, and the committee is trying to work closely with the superintendent and the Board of Education to make sure that their work dovetails with the educational needs of the town. I am proud to say I have been working closely with the chairman of that committee since they started, and I look forward to continuing to help them complete their work. We will continue to encourage sensible business development in our commercial and industrial areas, and have been successful in attracting increasingly higher-end tenants to town. Continuing this ongoing work will help shift the tax burden for the services we already have and the ones that we want to add off of the back of our residents. Now, candidates always say that they'll keep taxes low, improve the roads, support the schools, and encourage business. Who wouldn't say that? These are all good things to be doing, and I don't expect you to have much luck finding a candidate who didn't support them. The difference here is that I'm already there, already aware of and involved in these issues, already working on these projects, and ready to bring new ideas and approaches to further improve the town. Since becoming administrative assistant, I have been working for all the residents of Oxford, and will continue to do so in a fair, intelligent, and nonpartisan way. As part of my campaign, I intend to further open the line of communication I already have with the residents, and I call on all of you to call on me with your questions and concerns. Right now, it's my job every day to work for the residents of Oxford. It's a job I take seriously, and I strive to do well. With this campaign, my goal is to continue working for Oxford in the future. To help me do this, I've chosen Dave McCain as my running mate. The McCains were one of the first families we met when we moved here, and I've always been impressed with his willingness to be involved. As a longtime resident, a member of the Oxford Land Trust, and a selectman, Dave brings insight and commitment to the town, qualities that will serve us well as we move forward. Since he took the trouble to wear a tie today, and it was trouble, please be assured, I'd like to bring him up here to speak, but first, I would like to thank the Oxford Democrats, led by Carol, for having the courage to do what they made me do, to step outside their own comfort zone, to see beyond political labels, and to act in the best interest of the town as a whole. Thank you very much, and now I ask you to welcome my running mate, Dave McCain.